Ready, sir?
Hello. Do we have volunteers who will read?
Yes,
If
yes,
I,
yes. They will be there. They will raise
okay,
their hands and they will help you.
okay, okay, okay.
You just ask
There is one
and
extract. Yes, there is one extract where I may require help of any of the
sure,
volunteers. Yes.
sure, sure.
Okay. Other
They
things?
will keep speaker. You will be provided any help you will need during your
Yeah, yeah.
session.
Means actually, I predicted that someone will be there. So,
Rest assured.
okay, no problem.
Good evening to one and all. To quote Swami Vivekanand, talk to yourself once in a day, otherwise you may miss meeting an excellent person in this world. Dear teachers and students, in this pursuit of bringing out the excellence in ourselves, I, Indumati Shetty, on behalf of Team Ellie's Demonstrations by Designers, Series 3, 21st webinar, I'm proud and privileged to introduce our expert speaker for this evening, Dr. Deepak Prabhakar Damodre sir. Presently teaching Rupnath Arts and Commerce Junior College, Dayanda, Akola, with a prolific teaching experience of 28 years at junior college level and 5 years at Degree College. His journey flagged off from Chennai, where he pursued his basic education, and then there were no reins holding back this Chennai Express as he passionately went on learning and exploring new dimensions in the field of education. Masters in English and History, post-graduation degree in education, Masters in Literature and Philosophy, doctorate in English. His insatiable thirst for knowledge led him to the path less trodden in the field of English literature. A Master's in Business Administration, Human Resource Development, Bachelor of Journalism and Communication, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Management, Postgraduate Diploma in Gandhian Thoughts, Diploma in School Management. He also has a bachelor's degree in Marathi literature, which speaks volumes of his interest in Marathi drama. And that's not all. The most intriguing part of his qualification is an LLM in crime, completely antithetical to an endearing persona. He is a member of English Language Committee for Standard 11 and 12 Yuak Bharati, and is the pioneer of constructivism, which has completely changed the facet of English education in Maharashtra. He has also shared his expertise as a textbook writer and editor in English for Standard 2nd and 9 to 12, both old and new course. His contributions in the field of education is a living proof that in one's lifetime, one must either write something worth reading, read something worth writing. Thus, being a voracious reader, he did not spare the pandemic situation to enrich himself by taking up the 7 days reading challenge and fulfilled his passion and devoured 7 to 8 books in 7 days. He has more than 100 articles to his credit in newspapers and magazines like The Hindu, The Hitvad, Infinite Thoughts, Shikshan Sankraman, etc. He has worked as a city correspondent for the Hitvad English Daily for 5 years, editor of English section of Daut Lekni magazine and Delta Souvenir. He has also published 25 research articles in national, international, and state-level journals and magazines. He has presented papers in 25 international, national, and state-level conferences, seminars, etc. He is a mentor for the English Spoken English project in Akola and weekend online classes for effective communication in English. He has to his credit the honor of conducting more than 20 workshops, in-service training programs, activity sheets, etc. He is also the state, division, and district level resource person for new syllabus. He is also a resource person of chess program in Maharashtra. In the present lockdown scenario, he has immensely contributed to the ELI and Imelta platforms, demonstrating his expertise time and again to the teaching fraternity, thus raising the bar for English language and literature explorers in the new syllabus. With his posse of qualifications, he undoubtedly holds some important portfolios. He is a co-secretary of Delta, district in charge and ambassador of ELTAI. ELTAI is English Language Teachers Association of India, and INET, All India Network of English Teachers. He is the executive member of Akola Education Society, which runs 1 degree, 3 junior colleges, and 9 schools. An extremely soft-spoken, calm demeanor, heartwarming smile, and a treasure trove of knowledge. Well, what more could we ask for from the institution himself? With utmost gratitude and delight, I welcome Dr. Deepak Damodare sir to grace this platform on this very auspicious 21st webinar session, An Astrologer's Day by R.K. Narayan. Sir, kindly grace the platform.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Very wonderful intro you have given. And after yes, listening to the intro, means I feel so much happy that you have included all the points and also from Facebook and many other sources also, which actually I have not shared with you. Thank you very much for that. So
Yes,
friends, yes.
welcome, sir.
So friends, let us start our today's session. That is an astrologist day. I would like to share my screen. Yes, at the outset, I would like to thank the entire Team Ellie, from mentors, office bearers to the last member of Ellie, for providing such a wonderful platform to me, and also where I can share my learning experiences with you. I purposefully tell learning experiences and not teaching experiences, as when we start telling that I am a teacher, the learner in us vanishes immediately. So we had to be a learner throughout the life. As we all know, an astrologer's day is the first lesson. So well begun is half done. As per this idiom, we should always try to start our first lesson in such a way that students will be attracted not only towards the English teacher, but also towards the English language and also the subject for the whole year. This is the kind of, we can say, challenge for all of us. The same challenge which our astrologer in the story has taken from Guru Nanak. As you all know, we are also a kind of fortune teller, a kind of astrologer in all our lives. As we also tend to tell our students that you are going to, means science students, we tell them you are going to crack JE exam, NEET exam, or other students we tell you are going to crack the CACPT or law entrance, and we tell towards the or we say to those students who mostly are notorious in the class that there are some students who are big asset to the nation and some who are burden to the nation, because many students are there, they are mischievous, they try to disturb our class many a times. So for that we have to use such kind of predictions in the class. So in one way or the other, we too are astrologers or fortune tellers, but that prediction or assumption, we can say, is not like the assumption or the prediction of the astrologer that we are going to study today. So, one of my friends asked me, he was in a kind of problem, and to solve that problem he asked me, sir, I want to meet an astrologer who can solve my problem. I said, one suggestion I would like to give: when you go to any astrologer's place, his office or his house, when you knock his door, just listen what he says. If he says who's there, then immediately you walk away, because he should know that the person who has come to meet him is in problem, or astrologer can predict a person who has come to meet him. In the same way, when two astrologers meet, what kind of conversation they have, the one astrologer will say to the other, I know you are fine, now you tell me how am I. So in this way the conversation of astrologers go, and that we all know that many a times we too try to, for example, in examination we also try to tell students that these are some guests, these are some important questions, and in this way we try to impersonate, we try to change our roles also. Many times our guessing or the important questions which we have given to students, they do not appear in the examination, what the reaction of students is, we all know very well. They say that you have not actually given us the correct important questions, but we all can't predict as the paper setter has different ideas. So we should always remember that astrologer is a person who has 90%, we can say, or maybe 95%. He have all those things in his mind. He is a mind reader. He can assume why a person has arrived in his office or at his place, and he starts thinking in such a way and asks some questions which the person in front of him or her understands that he is a very intelligent astrologer, because he judges a person from his appearance, from his clothes, even from his, we can say, dialogues, and also from his external appearance and behavior. So these things are there. So astrologer should be very shrewd, it should be very alert, clever, and the same astrologer you can see in the text also, that he is not a common astrologer. What he has done, you all know. He has committed a crime, and that crime has actually made him restless. His nights were sleepless, and he left the village and he came to a distant village, which we also don't know. The name of the village is not given over there. So before starting our lesson, we have to give a brief background. For prose section, it is essential because this is the first lesson, so we have to give. Otherwise, later on, it's not required. We have to tell what is prose. And as this is a short story, fictional one, so we have to tell them what is a short story, elements of short story. That we have to tell. You know, very simple definition of prose and poetry. I feel whatever you read, if it directly touches your heart, is poetry, and which directly touches your brain is prose. Some exceptions can be there. Some poetry may touch your brain, or some prose articles may touch your heart also. But this is the simplest definition, I feel, which can make your students understand what touches your heart. Oh, that's poetry, because it has music, it has rhythm, it has a meter, and you can enjoy it, you can sing it. Whereas prose, as you all know, it doesn't have all those characteristics of poetry, but it has also its own beauty. That beauty, that elements we have to share. And regarding short story, all these things which are on the screen, the setting, the characterization, the plot, conflict, climax, resolution, theme, point of view, all these things we have to tell them in 5 minutes. Why I am giving you the time limit? Because if you go on telling them about prose, short stories, and other forms of prose or literature, then the entire period will be used for that, and our topic will remain untouched. So, for this, I think it's enough. 5 minutes are enough to create a kind of, we can say, interest among the students who would like to pursue literature in their future. Again, future is there. So, we should always try to make the students love literature. Now some competences that that we can surely discuss over here, and also in the classroom also. Tell students why you are learning this particular text, what competences you are going to imbibe or you are going to learn from it. So listening, reading, speaking, and writing, all these things are there in the textbook. But particularly regarding story, you have to tell that when you listen a particular story, it's not only for comprehension, but you respond to that particular story. You try to relate yourself with the story. Some characters, some incidents, some situations, they actually try to make you feel lively. You start comparing with some of your situations, some of your incidents with the story, and that's actually the strength of the writer. We start appreciating the different varieties of, we can say, literature. Here we are dealing with short story, so when we are dealing with other texts, we have to tell them what this particular text is. Regarding reading, it's very essential. You have to take our learners from astrologer's day to different writings, different stories. He shouldn't be just stuck with a particular story, and in the entire life he shouldn't say that I have read only one story, that is an astrologer's day, and not other stories. So it's our duty that not only he should read this particular text, but from this text his journey should start toward other texts, to other stories, to other forms of literature. Yes, regarding speaking, you all know that when you read regularly, surely your speaking skills also improve, they also develop. Your speaking become, or you are able to sharpen your speaking skills, correct pronunciation and all that, and also writing also develops. So these things are there. Just 2 minutes you can spend in the beginning, then later on it's not at all required. Now, regarding this particular aspect which I am going to deal now, that is telling the outline of the text to the students before starting the lesson. Is it true? Is it proper? Is it correct? Or is it the proper way to start with the outline of the text? Someone can answer. Yes, anyone?
Yeah, please raise your hands.
Yes.
Okay, so shall I?
Yeah, surely, please.
Every day, the astrologer begins his work at midday at a public place under a large tree. It was a common practice that the clients speak for 10 minutes before the astrologer opens his mouth. The stranger, Guru Nayak, challenges the astrologer. If the astrologer proves wrong, he has to return the given anna with interest to give twice the amount to the stranger, and if the answers are true, then the stranger has to pay a rupee. The astrologer recognizes, shall I?
Yes, continue.
The astrologer recognizes that he is Guru Nayak, and was left for dead in a well by him. The astrologer confesses his crime before his wife. He is relieved of a great load or burden.
Yes, thank you. But what I wanted to know is whether we should start our lesson or period by giving or providing the outline of the text, because many people feel that students would know the entire story in the beginning. The suspense or the mystery which is in the story will be known to students, and they won't take interest later on. So I wanted to know whether we should start with the outline of the text. Outline means summary.
Yes, Nilofer is been added. Please answer.
Anyone means actually, yeah.
Yes, sir. I think that we should start with the outline. It is because outline will give them the idea of the story, the central theme of the story, and I think it will also develop some curiosity to read the whole story, encourage them to read the whole story. So I think a short outline should be given to the students.
Correct. So you are actually, we can say, accepting or agreeing to my views, and I also feel that outlines should be given, but not all the events, all the incidents, telling them in detail shouldn't be given, because then I feel that the suspense or the mystery which is there may create a kind of, means student may not take interest later on, or they will think that, yes, I know the story now. There is no need to attend all the lectures. So this can be a kind of feeling in the student. But if you give them the outline in the very beginning, what will happen? Students will start anticipating the different events one after another. So they will think, oh, this will happen after that. This is the theme, and we are going in the right direction. So students will take interest, and surely they will try to answer to the questions because they know the outline or the summary. I still remember.
Exactly. There are so many advocates
Yes,
on Facebook of this theory, and so many of them have seconded, this motion or this thought of yours. Thank you.
Yeah. So what I want to say, there was a lesson named 11th standard textbook. Actually used to give this lesson on that day, and he came next period. Means he didn't come that period to that period which in which I gave the outline. So he was just thinking, now what will happen, what will happen, and then he didn't come to the last period where that man died under the tree. So he asked me, sir, what happened about that man? Did he die, or did other people try to take him to the hospital? So I told, you were there in the last period? He said no. And you were there in the first period where I gave the outline? He said no. So then I told him everything what happened. But this problem may arise. So it's better to give outline, and it is also better if you start giving outline in 1 or 2 minutes in every period. So that also can be done. But actually, that is my practice. You may have different opinion regarding that. Now we'll come towards the title. So title is very important, as you all know. It has a very good significance, and that significance I have provided. I'm not asking anyone. It is written over there. An ordinary day for the astrologer turns into the most liberating, profound, and stress-relieving day. This is an astrologer's day's title significance. But actually, many students at rural places, what they ask, sir, as we have Independence Day, as we have Republic Day, is it astrologer's day also very important day, and we have to celebrate it or not? So these are the questions which are silly, we know very well, but these students who are very naive, innocent, they don't know exactly. The astrologer's day, we had Mother's Day earlier, one text was there, so they may get confused. So we have to tell them about the title. So a very huge burden was there, and that was relieved on that particular day. Many times, when birthday messages pour in our, we can say, WhatsApp account or on Facebook account, there we said, you have made my day, or you people have made my day. So that day is this day. And the feature over there or speciality of this particular title is that he is relieved from the burden which he was carrying from many years. So on that day, the whole burden was over. Now here, some questions I have written over there. Why the article an is used, and what does day refer to? Anyone? The article an is there in the beginning of the title. And what does day refer to?
Yes, please raise your hands.
Anyone?
Yeah, Sheetal Gowdy, madam.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, sir, for giving me a chance.
Yeah.
So, an article, it is my opinion that an article is used for astrologer because he is a common person. Any astrologer, it may this such story can happen with anyone.
Yeah.
And so, common person, and the is used, that is more important. The day, that particular day, which can be considered as a turning point of astrologer's life,
Yeah,
specific
correct.
day, important life, that important day.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes,
sir.
yes, correct. So we have to tell our students that and is referred to the astrologer who is unknown. His name is not given. So we had to tell them that this article is used in this way, and day, as you said, is correct. Now, regarding icebreakers, we have icebreaker section. Some activities are there. Here also, I have given some activities which are a little bit different from the textbook. So as you know, icebreakers, many times our students have, whether icebreaker means this picture I have given over there, that to break ice, actually it's a kind of warming up activity. But students get confused many a times. We have to clear their doubts, and many times they go with that unclear doubts, and they keep on repeating the same thing. Icebreaker means to break the ice. They know during summer there are many sugarcane shops where the juice is given, and there the ice is broken in front of us, and then they put some, we can say, cubes of ice. So these are there, but that confusion we have to remove from the minds of students. So regarding the title, yeah, icebreakers, while framing questions or activities on icebreakers, some hints you can take from this particular slide. That is, what are the requirements for an astrologer? That is, you all know the word is given over there. So these are the ingredients, or we can say requirements, prerequisites to become an astrologer. And the theme, an astrologer convinces his clients by. So answer is in the text, but we have to ask students that suppose you go to an astrologer, which they shouldn't do actually, but how he convinces. So different tricks and techniques he uses, and in this way he tries to convince them. That we won't discuss over here. That you know very well, and later on you will come to know also. The third one. This can be one of the, we can say, the outline or the gist. When you are caught red-handed stealing something, you feel. So here, fear, guilt, embarrassed. So that Guru Nanak, who was actually half murdered by the astrologer, he had the same feeling. Fear was there, he ran away from there. Guilt was there, that's why his burden was relieved later on. And embarrassment, when he sees his face, when he lit the Chirut at that time, he saw who is the same person whom I tried to kill him. Means actually he was in that, we can say, feeling in his mind that he has died, he has killed him. But when he saw him alive and he was searching for him, so that fear was there. So in this way, you can frame activities which can make the text easy. So that is the purpose of icebreakers, understanding the text in a very easy manner. Now regarding the author, KYA, anyone can tell the full form? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Would you like to have chat box open for all?
Okay. Some
That will be easier for them to give responses, right?
okay. That also can be done. Please
So
open.
the chat box is open, dear participants. You can type your responses in the chat.
Yeah.
So
Means this is a kind of wild guess. KYA.
KYA can be know your author.
Yeah, correct. So first person has given the correct answer. No need to open the chat box. I think many have responded also.
almost
Yes.
in the chat.
Yeah. So when we go to bank, they tell us that fill up the KYC form. Know your customer. Now know your author. So this is a very important part, which is actually I feel neglected, or most of the times teacher, they just read it out so speedily that students just understand the name or some books they come to know, but not the complete life and work of that particular author. If you provide them such images like his books which he has written, surely one of the students or some students may take interest and try to read one of the books. So that is also a kind of, we can say, success on our part. Yes, so this is the KYA full form, but some in red um, there I have written purpose or reason to know the author. So anyone can tell purpose or reason to know the author, or not just giving the intro of writer, but more than that we have to provide. And it should be done in such a way that it should create and develop reading interest among the students. Any particular speciality of the writer should be highlighted while dealing with this particular section, we can say. Means this part should be done in such a way that purpose or reason to know. Here in the right side I have given some information. So in this way, if you tell, it will be very easy for students to understand. When you try to develop their reading habit, at that time you tell them about the books or any speciality of the writer. His simple style, humor, unoffending irony, unique Indianness, compassionate humanism, etc. attract readers across the globe. If you tell them this speciality, then surely, or he has created imaginary town of Malgudi. So again, students will start asking you, sir, what is this Malgudi? Can imaginary town be created? Then you can tell them more about that. So this is a kind of, we can say, creating or developing curiosity among the students. This can be done by just telling them the purpose or the reason, or even some questions which I have given over you. Now, actual teaching of the text. Outline that we have studied earlier. You know very well. Tell them some important events. There is a twist. There is a climax. Tell them in such a way that they will remember the entire story for the whole life. So that you should tell in such a way. And this story, I feel it will be remembered for years together. We won't forget, and so are the students. Now, regarding the learning points. Now, what students will learn? Actually, this there is no need to discuss on this slide in the classroom. All these points which I have mentioned over there, you have to keep in mind while teaching them. So, what students will learn? Story form. Means there are different forms of, we can say, literature, different forms of prose. Out of that, we are teaching them story, short story, and then they come to know, oh, this is short story. It's a fictional one. There is one very interesting sentence regarding short stories, that it can be read in one sitting. Is it possible to read a story in one sitting? Nowadays, we can't sit for half an hour, and how it is possible to sit and complete the story in one sitting? So these are many questions that can be raised, but need not to bother. When cell phone is not working, if network is not there, surely all these things you can do easily. Tell them or keep in mind the setting, theme, plot, all these things that we have discussed. Yes, students will learn the language in a very different way. The Indianness, some Indian words are there. The language of R.K. Narayan is different from the British or foreign writers. Also, the expansion of an idea means, as it is imaginative one, so they will start imagining, they will start expanding some ideas that we have to tell them in the classroom. And what we have to teach, these things we have to keep in mind. That is elements of story that we should keep in mind while telling, oh, this is the setting, this is the plot, or this is the climax. Here you will find the twist in the story. What message and moral is there, that also you have to tell. Beauty of language, vocabulary that we are going to deal with, and also developing reading habits, and also all the basic skills that also we have to tell, and creativity, that is very important. So these things we have to mention to students, keep in mind while teaching. Here our teaching starts. Now again, three different ways are there, and which is the ideal one? Again, someone can answer, or in chat box. Here actually I can't see the chat box. Sachin sir can help me regarding that. So model reading by the teacher, silent or loud reading by the students, or playing an audio clip. These are three different ways. Many different ways can be there, but I feel these are the three ideal ways. But which is the ideal one? Which is the perfect one? Or should we follow all the three? Should we follow two? Should we follow only one? I think model reading is done by the teacher in the classroom, and loud reading is rarely done. That also I have seen many a times. So
Hello, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Loud reading by the student will be more effective
Yeah.
because, we can break the paragraphs among many of the students.
Correct.
Playing audio clip will make them hear the listening skill, because many times teachers speaking a lot of time, they will not pay attention. Maybe playing a clip will create attention among the students.
Yeah, correct. So which one is the ideal one? Or a combination of two? Or
Combination of two. I think loud reading by the students and playing an audio clip.
okay. Okay. Any other suggestion?
Sir, I feel that any good student who has got good
Yes.
can prove to be a model reading can be given an opportunity, and which can prove to be a model reading for all.
Okay. So you feel that a student should be given an opportunity to read, but do you know, when a new text is given to a student, he may commit mistakes because many new words are there, and at that time he doesn't know the exact pronunciation of that particular word. So what problem will be created? Whatever he has pronounced, either we have to correct him immediately, or he may go with that incorrect pronunciation, and other students also may carry on pronouncing in that particular way. So all these things you have to keep in mind. So I think combination of two is required. One we can't have. If you have only what madam said regarding playing an audio clip, then students may lose attention also. That is there. But all the three, if done regularly in the classroom, I think playing an audio clip is not means feasible always. Many times we have different problems. So these two, first and second, if you do these activities in the classroom, in model reading by the teacher. Why this? Because the student will understand the correct pronunciation, intonation, that while reading all these things you have to keep in mind, and we can tell students now read after me. So that can be done. So these three ways are there. You can select all the three. You can select two. But I feel first and second, playing an audio clip you can do in, we can say, when there is engagement, you are engaging some other teachers period. At that time, you can do play an audio clip, or on a particular day, you can play audio clips of all the text also. That also can be done. Nowadays, we have the e-learning facility. So there you can share the audio clip. Now here again, regarding audio clip, there are different opinions whether audio clip of our accent or foreign accent. So again, there is a problem. So I think our accent will be more suitable for students to understand. The foreign accent, which is difficult for students to understand. So that care we have to take. Yes, this is the extract. So who will read this extract? The last, we can say, part of the story. In 2 minutes, we can read it. Means I have read it. I have used this stopwatch. Yes. Anyone?
So may I?
Yeah, please.
So thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm Nilofer Rizvi. I'm reading the text, sir.
Yeah.
The place was deserted by the time the astrologer picked up his articles and put them into his bag. The green shaft was also gone, leaving the place in darkness and silence. The stranger had gone off into the night after giving the astrologer a handful of coins. It was early midnight when the astrologer reached home. His wife was waiting for him at the door, and demanded an explanation. He flung the coins at her and said, "Count them." One man gave all that. 12.5 annas, she said, counting. She was overjoyed. "I can buy some jaggery and coconut tomorrow. The child has been asking for sweets for so many days now. I'll prepare some nice stuff for her." "The swine has cheated me. He promised me a rupee," said the astrologer. She looked up at him. "You look worried. What is wrong?" "Nothing." After dinner, sitting on a pile, he told her, "Do you know, a great load is gone from me today? I thought I had the blood of a man on my hands all these years. That was the reason why I ran away from home, settled here, and married you. He is alive." She gasped. "You tried to kill him?" "Yes, in our village, when I was a silly youngster. He drank, we drank, gambled, and quarreled badly one day. Why think of it now? Time to sleep," he said, yawning and stretched himself on the pile. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Pal. That last word, pal, it's Indian word, and
Yeah.
do you know the meaning of that word? It's given the string caught. Yes. But when you Google that particular word, you will find that it is the front part of any house in or hut in a village. So that is there. If you go back to my second slide, there I have given in the end both the astrologer and his wife, and that his house is there. So there I have mentioned. Okay. Now regarding the brainstorming activities. So what we have to do when Madam has read this particular extract, when we read it in our classroom or a student reads it, at that time, what we have to do, we have to give the central idea, message, moral, or gist of the complete extract. So that we have to do because while teaching, we have to keep in mind the examination also. Otherwise, what will happen in examination if the same paragraph is asked and we teach in a very casual or I may say regular way, there the problem may arise. So I have mentioned also these facts also. A great load was relieved in the last part of the story. Bad habits pay heavily in the long run. One has to take care of the youngsters. So three, I have mentioned the points which may come close to the central idea, message, moral, and gist. You may have many others. And in the examination, when a global understanding question is asked, there we have to answer in this way. That activity is there, and you have to find out the gist or the message or the moral. So here, these are the things or these are the ways. You have to tell, oh, this is the message, or ask students, and they will provide you the answer. Now facts. So many facts are there. We won't go in detail, but just to know, because you have to tell your students, now find out the different facts, and then they will start writing the facts in their notebooks. The astrologer called it a day. He was packing all the things and he was about to leave. The time it was dark, silence prevailed everywhere, and a stranger came over there, and the stranger left that place. Sorry, the astrologer reached home at midnight. The stranger left, but he actually gave some coins, we can say. That coins were, you all know, 12.5 annas. Then when he reached, his wife was waiting. She demanded explanation, and from that amount, she could purchase many things. Now, what things are there? These are the facts. The stranger has cheated the astrologer. Immediately, the astrologer feels that he has cheated. how and why he has cheated, you all know very well. He didn't pay him 1 rupee. Instead of that, he paid only 12.5 annas. And in the end, he says that he was relieved of the burden. He thought he was a murderer. Many bad habits were in him. He was a silly youngster. And in the end, he slept peacefully. So, all these facts, students can make a list and write down, share in the class. You also can help them make and form groups. Now, here, some answers I expect from the teachers. Guess, conclude, and find. The astrologer felt cheated because. Why did he feel cheated? Or the second one, the astrologer's wife demanded explanation because. So you have to guess.
Sir, may I answer?
Yes, surely.
The astrologer felt cheated because the stranger did not pay him the amount that they agreed upon. That was 1 rupee.
Correct.
And the wife demanded explanation because he reached home late from his usual time, and she was worried about him.
Yeah. Correct. And third one, the child has been asking for sweets for so many days. The statement reveals that. What does the statement reveal?
It reveals that the astrologer was not earning as much amount that he earned that day, and was simply making his ends meet regularly.
Correct. So he was unable to raise a lot of money.
Yes,
So yes, and they were not able to have sweets regularly. So this amount pleased astrologer's wife, and she um, told about her plans that what she would prepare. And the last one, the stranger gave money to the astrologer because.
he found his answers quite convincing, and whatever money he had, he gave it to him in form of coins.
Correct. So students will be asked to answer such questions. Now you have to relate the extract with your life. As you all know, this is personal response type question. Again, some answers can be given by fellow teachers. Explain your feelings when you reach late at home, or your mother demands explanation for your deeds. That is, if you have done any mischief, or you are cheated, or you find the youngsters in your area falling prey to bad habits. So these are all personal response type activities or questions we can say, and you have to take answers, different answers from students. Everyone has different answer. If teachers also, if they give answers, every teacher has a different answer. Regarding vocabulary, now we'll come towards here. The word midday is there, and he reaches at midnight. So midnight word is there in the extract. Now we can make students find or make a list of different words where mid as prefix is used, or words which starts with mid, and this is the list that also can be done. Some help we have to provide because they know midterm or mid session, and even also midday, but midsummer or midway we have to tell them these words are also used regularly, and you should be also familiar with these words. Now some Indian words are there, anas, pure, and we have to give the definition and also the meaning of these words. Anas, which was used earlier, now it is not used. So we have to tell them how 12 and a half he has given anas. So we have to tell he was expecting 1 rupee. So how many anas will make 1 rupee? So that we have to tell. In Marathi we say for 50 paise 8 ane. So there some I think help can be given in this way, that hint can be given. Some idioms and phrases we have in the extract. Have blood on one's hand. So anyone can give the meaning of these idioms and phrases. A great load is gone from me. Ran away, quarreled badly. Have blood on one's hand. That is, what does it mean?
To have killed someone.
Yeah. Yeah, surely.
So have a blood on one's hand. A great load is gone from me. Are idioms.
Yeah. The meaning, just share the meaning. Have blood on one's hand means?
Guilty of murdering someone.
Yes, correct. So he has committed a crime. He has actually half murdered that person, and now that guilt is in his mind. So he always feel that my hand are, we can say, smeared with blood. So always he tries to wash his hands. This is actually not the correct way to say, but many times we do, or we tell students that to have blood on one's hand means he always feel guilty of doing some criminal offense or act. A great load is gone from me, that you know very well, because his tension was relieved. Ran away, you know. Yes. So ran away doesn't mean the general meaning that to run away or from one place to another. But here he ran away means he has left the place once for all. And quarreled badly, what does it mean? Just sharing the meaning of this particular phrase. Quarrel badly means to quarrel very hard. Means that quarrel turned into fight, and then it turned into that mishap. Yes, slang. Now there is one slang. The swine has cheated me. So you know very well. Do we use this particular slang in our regular conversations? Anyone? And what's the reason? But the writer has used it. So students will ask, sir, should I use this slang with my friends when he has cheated me? Should I call him swine? In this way, they may ask you. So you should be ready with the answers. He was so angry actually. Anyone means if anyone is ready with his or her answer, can share, because I am unable to
So
see.
I think this slang word it shows the mentality of the astrologer. It shows his mental it may be his upbringing, and his illiterate means, because he was illiterate, he was not very much educated.
Yes.
It shows his mentality also.
Correct. This is also one answer we can say, and another we can add answer to it. That is the place where he is working. He is working in such a place where you know very well all the people, that shop vendors are there, and they are not rich, they are not sophisticated. They are trying to earn their living by competing with each other. So that groundnut vendor, what he says, he is using some different words for his groundnuts. That also you might have read. So everyone is competing, and that competition has led, cutthroat competition has led to use such words. The, we can say, the atmosphere over there, the language which they are using. Though astrologer has to use a very, we can say, good language, very simple language, trying to avoid such slangs while using. But his here he has become angry because that person has promised to pay 1 rupee and he actually didn't pay. So when he counted, when his wife counted actually, at that time he came to know that he has actually cheated him. So he became angry and these words came out of his mouth. Now regarding grammar or language study, you all know you have to pick some sentences from there, from the extract, and then you can convert those sentences into different form of grammar items. Here his wife was waiting for him at the door. You can change the tense, even the voice. You can add question tag. You can make WH question also. Here again, he flung the coins at her. Or the next one, here again you can change the tenses. He flung the coins at her and said, count them. One man gave all that. Convert into indirect speech. She was overjoyed. convert into exclamatory or change the tense. So all these things you have to find out from the extract. No need to go in isolation, giving them different grammar sentences which are isolated one, not connected or related to the text. That we shouldn't do. Try to find. This will require little bit of study a day before you are going to teach this particular text, so that you can do very well. And those who are paper setters, they have very good knowledge of how to frame activities, so these things they can do. Now, what writing activities we can frame from this particular extract? So expansion of idea we can do. These are some idioms and proverbs that I have given. Fortune favors the brave, or where there is will, there is way, all is well that ends well. A rush of blood. Some interview questions also we can tell the students to frame. You are going to interview a vendor or an astrologer, or write a speech on Indian villages, vendors, market. So that you can do very well. Give them activities. Regarding speaking activities, we can have group discussion. Bad habits lead to failure in life, or presence of mind. This is also very interesting topic that you can give for group discussion. Debate. Do all the youngsters need a proper upbringing? Just now, madam has used this word upbringing regarding the astrologer. Then some extension activity. Tell students to conduct a survey of youngsters in your area who are engaged in social or public welfare activities. Don't tell them to conduct a survey of those youngsters who are engaged in bad habits or engaged in some ill practices. Don't give such kind of project or survey, because it will create some problems later on. This is very good. They will go and meet youngsters who are working for social welfare, public welfare schemes and all that, or make a list of various problems faced by the youngsters in your area and suggest suitable measures to eradicate them. So this they can do by their observations, not meeting them. They can make a list and then also can provide some suggestions to that also. Yes. Now, career opportunities. This is a very important part of every text. As we all know, every text has this particular, we can say, activity, so that students, while going through the text, can understand that there are several career opportunities, because 12th is a turning point of their life. So many activities in the field of astronomy, air and space sciences, metallurgy, astrophysics, even meteorological and weather forecasting sciences. Here we have related to human mind, that is psychiatry, or human and child psychology, psychotherapy, counseling, behavioral science and all that. Now, one question I have written over there: career as an astrologer, should we propagate this? I want answers from teachers. Yes, anyone? Should we advise our students to become astrologers?
Dr. Gajanan Malukar says no.
Yeah.
Dinkar Teknar, not at all.
Yeah.
Ravindra Kadam says not at all.
Yes.
Nokial is saying why not?
Very good. Why not? Yes. The not is there.
Not are the more responses in chat box, sir.
Yeah. So one thing you have to keep in mind: will you tell your child, or will you tell your son or daughter to become an astrologer? So surely the answer will be negative. And if your students ask you in lighter vein, just tell them there is no future in astrology. You tell them that, surely they will enjoy this answer and they will come to know that there is no future. Then why to follow or become an astrologer in future? Now, from language and literature point of view, means from language to literature, we are making our students understand the language And then they are going to learn different ingredients and also aspects of literature. So first we have to develop their all the skills, making them or enabling them to use good vocabulary, framing grammatically correct sentences, creating love and liking for short stories. Yes, not only develop their curiosity, but also develop their reading habits so that they will read not only R.K. Narayan's work, but also other contemporary Indian writers, even the what we've come across in 21st century, many writers are there who have become the heartthrob of youngsters. We can give names of those writers, and surely they will enjoy the writings of modern writers, classical writers. That habit should be created. We can take a student from one book to another book. So that should be our main, we can say, objective. From one book to another book, from this book, take them to another book. And in this way, this particular chain will take them to numerous books. So they will become a good readers. Yes, the 21st century skills that we learn from this particular text, that is, we want law abiding students, ideal citizens with humanitarian outlook. We always tell our children and also to our students to be an arm's length from bad habits. Yes, taking challenges, accepting challenges. This we can tell our students. Critical thinking is always essential. Good communication skills is essential in all the professions. Focus and self-control should be there. In rush of blood, what the astrologer did, we shouldn't do. Creativity, perseverance, all these we can say qualities we should try to imbibe in ourselves. Analysis, problem solving, this is a very good one, that many problems are there in our life and that we should try to solve them. Don't take the extreme step. Tell your students, because nowadays students are taking the extreme step without consulting their parents and also the teachers, also their friends also. Adaptability, any situation is there, try to adapt yourself. So this we can learn. You know, that person, he ran away from the home astrologer and came to a very different place, and he adapted himself. He was living with his wife peacefully, though it was difficult for him to earn bread and butter easily, but still he did. And this is called adaptability, to adapting in different situation, mostly in, we can say, contrast situation, difficult situation, that should be taught to our students. This is e-support. I think when Zado sir will be sharing this PPT to others on different groups, they can
Yes,
easily,
sure,
yes,
I will do that.
yes, they can easily go through these websites and also take a lot of information from there. Full text is given, more details if you want regarding the text that is given, some reviews about this story is given, some articles related to this particular extract or sorry, not extract, text is given. Some research papers are there. Those who are critics, those who are studying this particular lesson from different point of view, research paper is there. PPTs are there. You can take help of those PPTs and use them in your classrooms. Critical appreciation and analysis also there. That analysis or appreciation also you can surely take help of these websites. And here I come to the end of my presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now we move to our question session, where you have any queries, please raise your queries in the chat box, or you can raise your hands also. I request Prafulla Mahure sir to help us with Facebook queries, if any. Yeah, there is a very good fight going on in between some participant teachers about if this is a science or not, astrology is a science or not.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Food.
Yes. No, actually, those who are actually following this particular profession, they tell that it's a science, but
Yeah.
actually it's an art where many manipulation is done, and science doesn't accept astrology. They say nothing can be predicted in advance unless we have some evidences. So people following, or people those who are, means, I think some universities are there where astrology is a subject, it is taught over there. They feel it's a science, but in my opinion, and also those who believe in science, they strongly object to this particular statement that it's a science. No, no, it's not a science, nothing can be proved. Yes, some effects are there of different planets and also different stars and all that, but that is totally different. We won't go in deep in that. So it's not a science, and it's a kind of manipulation done by people. But when one is in need, is in a problem, in such a state of confusion, then he runs towards astrologer, and that astrologer takes advantage of that situation. He earns a lot of money. He gives a kind of guidance which may not prove useful to that person, but he relieves his burden in front of that astrologer. He tells everything where he feels he is secured. So this is a kind of business which is done by many people.
Chat box
Yes.
messages. There are 63 something messages are there. All are saying thank you, excellent and informative presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nice session. And I would like to tell you that on Facebook you have your one of the colleagues, Dr. Suhasini Jadhav. She is there on the Facebook. And there are people like Mohan Kade and Rupali Birari, Khushi Jain, Apeksha Thekekar, Avinash Shinde, Vikas Naik, Suvarna Rajput, Vaishali Patil, Murdula Jadhav, Rupesh Satpal, Aditi Naik, Ibrahim Mohammed. These people are always, they have given responses to most of the queries you have raised during the session.
Yeah.
And I really don't find any question. I request Sunil Patil sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. There are few questions, queries from Shalini Mundra ma'am.
Yeah.
And the question is, sir, there is a question on page number 10 of the textbook, question number A2, and he requested you to explain it.
Page number 10, A2. Actually, on page number 8, it is A2, and on page number 10, it is A3. So
A2. She's requested to explain it.
Actually, here in A2, it's multiple choice type question or activity where different alternatives are given. I think she wants to ask whether such activities will be there in the examination. Yes, some activities can be there. Means, for example, we have for global understanding, some alternatives will be given, and you have to, means, students will attempt that particular activity by choosing the correct alternative. I think she wants to know about this particular thing.
Yeah, she has said A2.
Because textbook is in my hand, and she wants to know regarding A2. And
the astrologer feels relieved that Guru is not dead, as it relieves a great burden from him. Critically justify the statement and explain it.
Where on page number which you want to say?
Number 10, the very first activity, 7th activity in A2.
Page number 10. Page number 10.
Very first activity on that page number 10.
The question is, the astrologer feels relieved that Guru is not dead, as it relieves a great burden from him. Critically justify the statement and explain it. No. Such questions won't be there, as it is a paragraph type answer question, and it is just to make the understanding clear of the students. Evaluation pattern is not yet, means we can't say it's not yet declared or it's not shared by the board on their website. So I can't say anything right now about that. But as we all know, the earlier question paper or activity sheet were paragraph type or memory based type questions were not there regarding the prose section. So such questions you can deal in the classroom. Ask your students to answer them in that way critically, and all that. Their level is not up to that standard, but still they can take help of others, form groups. You can discuss it and then they can write it. Yes.
Yes, somebody wanted to know how many lectures periods are required to complete this particular.
Yeah. So the entire text you can read in 20 minutes, or when you play audio clip, it will be just 20 to 25 minutes. So you need 3 lectures for that. As this is the first lesson, so you may require one more, means because you have to tell about prose, you have to create interest among them, you have to test their previous knowledge. Second thing, when the students enter first time in the college, they are not that much interested, but surely 3 to 4 lectures are enough. If you exceed to 5 or 6, then you have to adjust somewhere. So I think 4 lectures are enough. And regarding activities, if you do in the way that I have suggested, it's very easy. And the activities which are given in the textbook, you give them as homework. Try to assess them in your free periods so that they also can understand whether they have solved them correctly or not.
Yeah, this is very. Please treat this question as you would like to. Sangeeta Zubir says, is it necessary to write down all activities in a notebook?
Which are in the textbook or which I have suggested? Means,
maybe both. Maybe both. Maybe
both. Actually, I always feel and I always insist and I always tell in all my lectures that your board examination is a writing examination. So
Yes.
reading is not at all enough. As many as times you write the answers, then only you can become perfect and score good marks. If you do not write, just go on reading, you may tend to forget, and that is human tendency. So if they write, don't disallow them. Tell them to write as many as times. As many as times means all the activities given over there, but they can do in their free period or at home. In the classroom, if you are teaching and if they are writing those activities, then it may take time also, and their concentration or attention may be diverted. So that care you have to take. But writing should be there, and they should do writing, because nowadays youngsters are more habitual with cell phones and typing on the cell phone than writing in their notebook. So this habit shouldn't die. It should survive. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. I think there are no queries. Dr. Gajendra Lalokar has given a fruitful and useful session.
Oh, thank you.
I request Indumati Madam to take over.
Yeah.
Indu Madam.
So it was really an enriching session. Your introduction itself, knocking on the astrologer's door, aroused so much curiosity for your session itself, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, on behalf of Team LE and the entire teaching fraternity, I would like to thank Dr. Deepak Damodare, sir, for such a unique and novel method of teaching this lesson. Outline, events, climax, significance of the article, and in the title, the minutest details were covered really well. The icebreakers, students connecting it to sugarcane juice, and you really made us teachers realize the practical aspects of teaching. And also the KYA with KYC is so much enriching for the students. And I must say, sir, you analyzed every aspect from students' point of view. That is basically the enlightening part of the session. The vocab, grammar, writing activities, do's and don'ts of activities, then the career opportunities, the e-support system, everything. It was the complete package for us today, sir. Thank you so much. With your major takeaways, it was surely a Sunday treat for us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I would like to extend my gratitude to the expert speakers for gracing this platform. We have Dr. Suhasini Jadhav ma'am, Dr. Gajanan Malokar sir, Dr. Lagbir Kaur Verma ma'am, Madam Manjula Beed, Madam Madhvi Joshi, Madam Raseshwari Chonkar, Sir Praveen Mule, and if sincere apologies if I have missed any names. Your presence is always appreciated. Thanks to Team Ali's mentor, Sir Avinash Rade and Sir Anil Bagde, President Sir Sunil Patil, our PRO Sachin Jadhav, I always take his name wrong, technical head Ms. Taruna Patel, and the entire working committee for their tireless efforts. Now I request our President Sir Sunil Patil to brief us further.
Thank you, ma'am. It was rightly you said that it was a Sunday treat for us. And sir, it was really a self-expressive and insightful session.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite you all for another educative session, and it will be conducted by Dr. Shubhra Roy, and ma'am will conduct session on prose topic, Why We Travel. So see you tomorrow at same time, same platform. Till then, goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.